Thursday, July the 9th, 2020. Hello, dear internet users. You're all welcome to this new edition of the press review on JDC Plus TV. The English press today mourns the late registrar of the University of Bamenda, Professor Victor Banlilon Tani, who passed away aged 53. The Guardian Post says he gave up the ghost Tuesday, July 7, after a brief illness. The paper further tells us that the late professor is said to have taken ill Monday, was rushed to a hospital in Bamenda, from where he died. Family sources are suggesting he died of the deadly coronavirus pandemic, currently causing pains to millions of people worldwide. Get to know more on who Victor Banlilon Tani was by reading page 3 of the Guardian Post newspaper, published this Thursday, July 9, 2020. We stay with the Guardian Post newspaper to talk another sad story. The paper tells us that a student of the University of Bamenda was abducted Sunday, July 5 by unknown persons near her hotel in Bamenda. The latest on this kidnapping, the Guardian Post says, is that her abductors have asked for MFCFA 3 million and her release will depend on whether or not the family provides the set amount of money. And before moving on to the next paper, let's talk Higher Judicial Council. The paper says the head of state has convened the body in a session billed for August 6, 2020, 3 years after the last session was held. According to the Guardian Post, some key issues will be on the table, notably the swearing in of newly appointed members of the Higher Judicial Council. Our next stop is the Post Weekender, which carries as main headline, Government Hardliners, Infighting among separatists, stifling peace negotiations. The paper highlights that powermongers, beneficiaries of Jewish war booty, are also standing in the way of dialogue, and gives reasons to why the government, I quote, lied about ceasefire talks with jailed separatist leaders, end of quote. Details of all these highlights on pages 3, 4, and 5 of the Post Weekender, published today, Thursday, July 9, 2020. News of the passing on to glory of Professor Victor Banlilon Tani, registrar of the University of Bamenda, equally finds voice in the Post newspaper, which adds that prior to his appointment at the University of Bamenda, the late professor served as Secretary General at the Higher Institute of Transport and Logistics. In today's edition of the Post Weekender, we equally talk about the protest launched by Buea taxi drivers over police brutality, extortion, and harassment. According to the paper, the DO had to apologize and promise administrative actions against erring officers for order to be restored. You want to know how it all began? Get a copy of the Post Weekender, published today, Thursday, July 9, and read page 2. We end this review with Cameroonian Insider. The lone public English bi-weekly headlines on the purported negotiations between the government and separatists going round for over a week now. It comes back on Communications Minister Rene Manuel Sadi's communique denying the claims of a reported negotiation for a ceasefire in the restive northwest and southwest regions of the country. And that does it for what the papers had to say today. Many thanks for watching. A new edition comes up next Tuesday.